Hello everyone, my name is Kimberly Hilton, and today I'd like to share with you how I make my watercolor little art boards. And these little art boards are very lightweight, they're waterproof, and you can tape down a watercolor paper on these little art boards, and then you can paint on them, and they're waterproof, so they handle wet on wet. You can make these in multiple sizes. All you have to do is cut down a foam core board to whatever size you want. This one is about 8.5 by 6, so that was just a little. I actually did this painting plein air outdoors at an overlook, and this was when I was trying to capture the red sun that was visible here on the East Coast. I'm told that the red sun was due to the pollution from the fires out west. So I thought that was pretty special, and I went out there and I tried to paint it, and this is all I was able to do in one location. But this is information that I have to bring back with me to the studio because I'm going to paint a bigger one. I plan on doing that. But I just held this in my hand, and I had a little dot card palette clipped right here, and I just painted this with I believe I painted it with a water brush, so that was really handy and very lightweight. And this is a 9 by 12 foam board that I covered with packaging tape, and this is this brand right here, if you're interested, but I'm sure any brand will work. For this one, I actually ran out of packing tape before I finished because I'd done this one, and then I was in the process of doing this one, and I ran out. And so I was eager to finish it, so I just took regular old clear tape, the kind on the little dispenser, just small clear tape, and just wrapped it around until I was finished, and it's worked fine. I don't have any problem with it. I think it would look better if it was all the same, but it doesn't matter, it's just artboard. So the really cool thing about these art boards is if you put Velcro on them, they can hold your tools, and it's very sturdy. Look, I'm shaking that really hard, and these are little water cups, and I've said this before in other videos. I get these from the laundry detergent that I use. It's the bigger jugs. I don't really want to say brands, but it's Tide. The Tide laundry detergent with the pump squeeze bottle. And I'm sure the other big ones probably have the same kind of lids, but the cool thing about these are they're lightweight, they're clear, they're small, and they also double as a brush holder. And your brushes can fit on there while you're painting, and you don't have to, like, if you're wanting to paint with a different brush, because sometimes we pick up a different brush, you can just leave that there, and it's not going to roll off your table or your artboard. So that's how that works. And the cool thing about this is if you want to attach a sketchbook to it, and you want more space to fit your sketchbook, you can add 2 boards. These are 9 by 12, and if you put them together, You can clip them on each side. And then you have a board big enough for your sketchbook, and you can hold all that in one hand and paint with the other. And this is a portrait format. It's a 5.5 by 8.5 Stillman and Burn. I haven't used it yet. I'm eager to try that out. And this is a different sketchbook, and it's landscape format, so it's longer. So if I want to make this artboard fit this format, I can still do that. I just have to change things around a little bit. So I want my Velcro on top. Let's open the board to see how wide you can make it. Okay, so put your clips in that position, and you have a sketchboard that accommodates. You can use 1 water cup or 2 water cups, but that accommodates the landscape format that way. So now that I showed you how it works, I'm going to show you how to make one of your own, because I would like to make another one. Now, before we get started on that, you don't have to, if you don't have foam core board, although I think they work the best. They're the sturdiest and the lightest weight. They're lighter than this. This is the backboard to like a water pad. I just saved the, I think it's called chipboard. It's a little bit heavier than cardboard. And that works great. You can wrap that with packing tape, and you have artboard. Those are good. I was using it like that before I discovered the foam, you know, doing it on foam core board. Foam core board is by far my favorite. But you can also just, if you just have these little small pieces of cardboard, they also work fine. They're not as sturdy, but they're sturdy enough. And you can put Velcro on there, and you can put your palette on there. So if you have like a small sketchboard or a small like small sketchbook or small watercolor painting that you want to just, this is like an 8 by 10, so that is very lightweight. So lightweight is great. And this is one that I did. This is cardboard, and this actually made this really sturdy, and this is thinner than the foam core board. This like I said, I ran out of the packing tape, so I was looking for other materials to waterproof my boards, because I like to have multiple, like I said, because you know you're always letting watercolor paintings dry, and I like to have other things to work on while I'm waiting on paint to dry. But I had this Cricut strong grip transfer tape. I'm sure like if you have any kind of like plastic, you know, what is it, like that that stuff that goes down in the bottom of drawers, or I'm having trouble thinking of the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about, any kind of like adhesive plastic, you can put that down. But this works great. and you didn't have to do all the wrapping. You just cut and measure. I did this side and then I done this side, but I don't really like having the Cricut logo on my artboard, but it works great. And it's a bit more expensive than the packing tape. Those Cricut vinyls are kind of expensive. But and you know, here, this is just another piece of cardboard, and this is one of those chipboards that I didn't put anything on it, but I will when I'm done with this painting. I like to have some sky paintings already ready in case I decide I want to paint something over it. But here is the backing board, and now I'm ready to actually show you the process of how to do it. So just get your packing tape. This is easy, really easy to do. You'll need something to cut it with, scissors or a box cutter or something like that. So this end is jagged, so I'm just going to cut that off. And this green mat, it's a cutting mat, and so you won't cut through to your table. If you don't have one of these, you can just cut over cardboard. Don't cut over your table. But so what I usually do is just start close to the edge and start on whichever side, it don't matter, and I'll go almost to the top and then just pull it down and kind of press it as you go so you don't get air bubbles. There's an air bubble. It doesn't really matter if you get air bubbles, it's still gonna work, but it's nicer if you can avoid that. So I just do that, and then I'll go over the side there, and then just press it down, smooth it down. It doesn't have to be even, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, when I'm making an artwork, I try to be as careful as I can to make it perfect, but this doesn't really matter. I'm not selling it. And then please watch your fingers. Just cut it. Maybe I will recommend using scissors. That might be better. But now go to your next layer and start around the same area and just overlap it a little bit. I actually overlapped it too much, but it doesn't matter. Just waste this tape. And then there's a bubble. You can try to lift the tape up to squeeze out that bubble if you get a bubble, but sometimes it rips this, so you know, it's better. Okay, I'm gonna grab some scissors. So I think I'll be more, it would be better just to cut off each layer. So here, I'm going to try to overlap it a little bit less. And then just come down, press the sides. Overlap it. just the same process all the way over. I have a little gap there and a bubble there. I'm just going to smooth that out. Okay, so if I want to cover that gap and I don't want to use a whole line of this tape, I can just take just a little Scotch tape or something and go over that. These artboards are great and they're cheap. You don't need to spend a lot of money to make an artboard. I think I'm going too fast. I'm trying to go fast for the sake of this video, and I'm starting to get some little bubbles. So there, that's better. Okay, guys. If this part's boring, you can forward it. It'll be just a little bit different when we get to the ends. Okay. Turn it over. I got an air bubble here. That's not gonna matter, I promise. So don't worry about it if you get one. I enjoy cutting paper and making things. For some reason, it's just kind of meditative. I enjoy painting for the same reason. I also enjoy doing stuff like this. I took a bookmaking class in art school, and I like making sketchbooks and just anything where I can cut on paper, and I don't know, I just enjoy it. This mat board has been well used. I'll cut that one too short. So okay. I just want to show you that this doesn't have to be perfect to be fun. But if you're a perfectionist and you want it to be perfect, then just slow down and just smooth everything out as you go. So for this end, I just that'll probably be good. Just put it over the middle of it. Maybe I could just cut. Do this side first. and then just fold it over. This tape here ripped off, so I'll add another little piece of tape there later. But we're almost done. Almost like you're wrapping a Christmas present. And if you have a better way of doing it, it's not going to matter how you do it as long as you cover the board. And with the tape around it, there's no like sharp edges. It's smooth, so if you have it resting on your arm, it's comfortable. If you wanted to put a magnet, this is this magnet I ordered, and it doesn't seem to be that strong, is the reason why I haven't used it. Let's see. Well, I guess but it didn't. I thought it would have adhesive on it, but it doesn't. So if I want to use a magnet, I'll have to either glue it down or, of course, use those clips. But if you have a metal palette and you want to use I put the Velcro on the bottom of this one because this one's heavier though, so I like the little Winsor & Newton cotton palette good for if I'm going to be standing and holding it, because, you know, the less weight the better. But this one doesn't have a Velcro on it, so let's see if how that would work on this magnet if we use a magnet. Oh, that would hold it, actually. That is a kind of heavy 24 half pan watercolor set. See, but I don't use it unless I have a tray or something to set it on. But you can also use a magnet, and if you wanted to put another magnet on the bottom of one of those cups, you could have it magnetized. But, you know, I do worry a little bit about having magnets around where I'm going to be having my phone, because I think phones are probably bad. I mean, magnets are probably not good to have around electronics. And I'll tell you a little story. When I was young, my cousin dared me to stick a magnet to the television, and I didn't know it would do anything. So I stuck the magnet to the screen of the television, and it messed up the television. It wouldn't work right after that. So that makes me a little bit weary about having magnets anywhere around, like maybe a phone or a TV or something. So I might use that magnet for something else, but that's just another idea for you. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, you can leave them in the description below, and I'll try to get back with you. And thank you for watching, and if you want to see more videos, just consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope you have a great day. Happy painting.